if you're not having any dates planned, would you be interested in going on a date with me?
We vibe,
Yeah.
but dating, not sure about.
Okay.
I'm just, to be honest, like I just
Okay.
have to be super honest about that.
Oh boy, let's talk about where Colt went wrong here. Now, bear this in mind, she did say that Colt is not her type physically. She likes a man that is in more shape. And also at the same time, she likes a man who's got career goals. So really and truly, Colt was not going to win regardless. But could he have? Well, let's talk about it. You see, with Colt now, first thing he had wrong was his body language. His body language was completely off. He needed to come in with a bit more of a confidence, something that says that he carries himself with a certain level of dignity. But he didn't do that. He came in too busy thinking about what he wanted to say. He focused so much on what he wanted to say that his body language went all over the place. Started doing all this stuff here, and he needs to cut it out. But so the biggest mistake, body language. The second biggest mistake is that he was unable to read the situation. But I'll tell you what, this is what he should have done. This whole time, he has been talking to this woman. His body language has been fine. The words he's been saying have been completely fine. But why was this one so challenging? It's because he decided to go from getting to know her casually to then now trying to get to know her on a date level. He should have never gone down this route. He should have kept it the same as it was before. He should have been like, hey, so tomorrow I'm going to go down to the beach for a walk. Would you like to join me? Because you see, in that moment in time, you're just inviting her if she wants to go. She already knows that this is your plans you're going to do. This is just an invitation. Okay, it's not him trying to put her in a situation where she now got to decide whether or not she wants to spend time with you based on a romantic thing. This is now based on the fact that, okay, yeah, I don't mind going there and we can talk and whatnot, because what happens is you both will continue to get to know each other, but on a casual level, because there's no pressures. And then if something was to then happen and blossom out of something organic, fantastic. But instead he went for this approach. Now, I'm not saying he was wrong for making his intentions clear, because the whole idea is hunt for love. So he wasn't wrong. But because he became nervous, how do you prevent the nerves? Continue to keep it casual. And to be fair with you, even the very first time you approach someone, always approach someone casually. Speak to them casually. Do not try and approach them in a way that indicates that you are trying to get some, that you are trying to get a relationship out of it, or you're trying to get something. Just be casual with it and see where that takes you. And honestly, throughout the whole thing, you are less likely to be nervous. Okay? But hey, at least he tried, and that's the main thing. But with that being said, though, let's get crack-a-lacking. Oh, I wanted to add this, though. Personally, I don't think you should use the word, are you interested in a date ever? I feel like, would you like to go on a date? Be better, but that's just me. Anyway, we continue. Actually, let me know your thoughts. If a man approaches you, ladies, would you like him to say to you, would you be interested in going on a date with me? Or would you be better off him saying, would you like, if a man said to you, would you like to go on a date with me? Which one would you prefer? And also, let us know any alternatives that you prefer as well. You know what I mean? It's an opportunity to let the mandem know in the comments exactly how they should be approaching women. Me, I'm a simple person. I will always just approach you casually. You won't ever hear the word date come out of my mouth. I can tell that now for sure. My whole thing is just, hey, would you like to do this with me? And therefore you have an option, because I'm doing it regardless. It's casual, brings no pressure at all on both ends. Well, it might do on the ends if they have intentions of trying to win me over in this casual little setting of mine, but that's up to them. All I know is that I'm still casual the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But hey, let me know your thoughts on what words or what lines would you prefer a man to approach you with. Hey, let's move on to the next one.
Can you tell me what about your sexuality?
What
are you into?
What am I into?
I just hope he's not too vanilla for me, but who knows, maybe he's a closet freak. I hope that he can keep up with me.
I'm gonna try new things, and if you have things that you...
This guy's energy is so dead. Like, he's coming across so nervous. I mean, the last episode, he was coming across like, brave, tough, like confident. This one is like, oh no, she's asked me about the bedroom. Bro, like, to be honest with you, the moment that this conversation gets brought up, you have to take lead. Take lead in how the conversation goes. You know what I mean? Like, if you ask me that question straight away, like, I'm depending on my mood, I'm taking lead no matter my mood. But how I take lead is going to depend on my mood and also depend on the vibe. Okay. But the fact that he allowed her to continuously lead this conversation is not good, because realistically, when it comes to the bedroom, if the man is not taking charge, well, then I guess he's the other type of man, which you do your thing, you know what I'm saying, okay? Because there's men that like to take charge, and then there's men that like to be led. Yeah, that can never be me. I can never be led in that bedroom, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I give you local power here and there, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but the power I give you is still based on me controlling the power, because I'm giving you the power. Do you see what I'm saying? Are you mad? But we continue.
You want to discuss in the future and explore, then I'll probably be okay with that. But
I like to do.
The fact that he said that it depends on what you want to explore in the future, I'll be okay with that. This is why I say take the lead, mandem. You can't be coming out with comments like, you know, I'm happy. No. You should be putting the woman in a position where she's saying those things, not you saying those things. But don't get me wrong. Even when you take the lead, a woman still has the right to then feedback or to counter certain things that you say with certain things. And you may be put in a position where you may say, well, I may be open to that. But it all depends on how it's delivered. Because at the end of the day, the woman still needs to know that you're the one that's in charge of what's going to happen. Okay? Because you have to stimulate her mind. Okay? You're letting her know that when it comes to this area, don't you worry, girl, I'm going to look after you. You don't want her to make it feel as if she's going to look after you. I mean, don't get me wrong. The only area that a woman is going to make sure that you know that she can look after is usually the oral section, right? Obviously, other parts you won't necessarily let you know that she will, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, you take charge.
Weird things with my partner.
weird
Seriously,
things
when I go there, I don't know.
Maybe just give me a couple ideas and I'll let the imagination.
Nah, bro. Maybe give me a couple ideas. I mean, to be fair, there's nothing wrong with him asking, but the way he asked was a bit reluctant. Maybe give me a couple ideas, please. Nah. Listen, if she says I like to do a couple of weird things with my partner, my whole thing is, okay, that's cool. I'm always down to be doing, you know, something different. But obviously you gotta say with confidence. Yeah. Okay, the car. No, I'm like, listen, don't you worry about me, girl. I'm always down to do something different. You know what I mean? Respectfully. I always have to add in respectfully because some people want to be doing some funky stuff that maybe I'm not really down for. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm like, that's cool. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. You know, I'll be reassuring you all the time. Don't worry.
Like, an example, role play.
Role play?
Yes.
Okay.
Now your turn.
Oh, you took an easy one. Here we go.
You took an easy one. Maybe I'm being too hypercritical here, but if she said role play, I would have capitalized. I'd have been like, okay, so what type of role play? You know, what do you like? Do you like a little bit of like how serious do you want to get with it? Do you want me to kind of like, you know, be outside, jump for the window, that type stuff? You know what I mean? Or do you want to play a bit more safe? Let me know, like how weird and how freaky do you want to get with this? Because at that moment in time, what am I doing? I'm taking full control of what she likes. But I'm now making her know that I'm into what she likes. I don't even have to say, oh, that's a tough one. Oh, what am I going to say now? Nah. Especially if I know that I don't have one coming, I'm capitalizing on what she's spoken about even more. So therefore, that will be the end of that. And then we can move on to something else if I don't have much else to say in the topic. You know what I mean? But to be fair, whether I do or not, I'm still going to capitalize because what am I showing? Ladies, what am I showing? If you say to me, you like a little bit of role play, and then I take over the conversation and I say, okay, so what type of role play do you like? But before you even answer it, I didn't even give you an example. And I'm like, do you want me to be a burglar, jump for the window, and you act all scared and then I tie you up? Or do you want a little bit more subtle? You know what I mean? Because what have I done there? Ladies, what have I done there? Let me know right now. You know what I've done. Type it up. That's how you take charge. No, oh, you took the easy. Bruh. I thought this guy was confident. This is the guy that Rob has to compete with? No wonder why they show in the preview for the next episode that Rob's all over Jennifer just like that. Man, capitalize. Jesus. This man was walking around as if Jennifer was his woman. She was never yours, my guy, because you wasn't even doing anything to really put down your signature. Too busy acting like a Boy Scout. Ladies, let me know. Yeah? In that conversation, you tell me like role play. And then boom, I take charge. I just like, come on, give us the feedback.
Outside of the bedroom, maybe.
Like wild animals. Salvaje.
Bye.
Wild.
Wow. Sí. Muy bye.
Muy
See
salvaje.
you later. I don't want to scare you.
Listen, I'm telling you now, if we get to that stage now, we're talking about wild animals. Trust me, when I tell you, I'm coming close to your ear and I'm making that certain sound. Whatever sound is gonna be, it's definitely gonna be a growl. You know what I'm saying? And the maddest thing about it, the growl probably won't even be perfect to any kind of growl. You probably be like, what animal is this gonna be? But it's just the sound of you knowing that I'm ready to get into character. You say wild animals. And to be fair, even if you don't even mean, obviously, to be fair, the topic wasn't exactly about wild animals. He just said, I like outside. And she's like, well, like wild animals. I would have capitalized on her saying wild animals. Regardless of how she meant it, I would have got up close to her. I'd have been like, yeah. Actually, don't let me not do no funky sounds right now. It won't be the same doing it here than it would be in the motion, in the time. This is what I'm saying. If I did any sounds right now, it just sound bare weird because there's no context around it. You know what I'm saying? But boom, straight in. She's either gonna like it or she's not gonna like it. But at least she's gonna know that I ain't here to play, and she's about to know that whatever life that we're about to have intimately, that reassurance is coming in that I got her back.
I'll have to save the rest for you later. I don't want to scare you.
He's very, very respectful, but I just hope he doesn't take him that much because I'm not gonna go for him. He has to come to me.
And that's why he had to take charge. And she opened the door for him twice, maybe 3 times, and he didn't take it one bit. He was being respectful. Women don't want you to respect them when it comes to this area. They want to respect you. Understand this. If you're in a position where you're putting yourself in a position where your woman has to respect you in this type of situation, this intimacy part, yeah, trust me when I tell you, if another guy comes in and takes charge and she ends up respecting him, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Even if she's actually your woman, she'll cheat on you. I'm telling you now. Because here's the thing. What do women like? It doesn't matter whether the woman is shy, whether the woman is confident, whatever her personality, what do women like? Excitement. And where do women seek excitement from? Given that they're straight, that they seek excitement from their man. Now, if they're not straight and they like other women too, I can imagine they still would seek excitement from their partner. I guess it just depends on who's playing what role. But obviously, that's not my area of expertise, you know what I'm saying? But from what I've seen from the lesbians that are more on the masculine side, they be moving like the fellas, you know what I'm saying? And they be giving the same game to their, you know, so I'm pretty sure it comes hand in hand. But if you got 2 women that are both feminine, then I ain't got a clue. But either way, women like excitement. And they expect excitement to come from the man. Women don't want to be making the excitement themselves. They want a man to light up their excited side. I make the move that makes her excited, and after that, you start doing all your excited shit. You know what I mean? Listen, if your sex life isn't really popping right now, it means you're not exciting her. You know what I'm saying? If you want her to give you the best, boom. You know what men say, oh yeah, she wasn't really good. Probably because you wasn't giving her instructions. If a woman isn't hitting her right with the oral, you let her know throughout. They love being told how to improve, how to please the man, but they want to make sure they're doing it correctly. You see what I'm saying? But if you're not giving, come on now. I could be all day. I could write a whole freaking book about this type of shit. But nonetheless, though, I know you're still here, so like the video, subscribe, and let's move on to the next one.
But I really apologize how I went off on you. It wasn't appropriate, and I should have communicated with you better. I think that, honestly, try and push this past us and see where it goes.
No.
Just don't act weird around me tonight, okay?
I'm not gonna act weird around you.
You got
Like, I appreciate her apology. In my mind, though, I'm still thinking this girl is kind of a wild girl. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but if you're telling me that you get it and you're sorry, then maybe I shouldn't be writing Elise off completely.
Let me just translate what this guy is really saying here. What he's really saying and basically saying is that I know that I've still got her under my thumb. I know she's still in my pocket. You know, obviously she's telling me that I now have the ability to go away and, enjoy life. But I know that based on her seeing where it goes, that if things don't work out with Jennifer or whoever else I may pursue, well, then I know that I can always drag her back into my life. Because he's a toxic guy. That's basically what he was saying there. But she was dumb enough to give him that type of power, because she's the one that walked away and said, I'm going to calm down, then we can see where things go. Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? She should be saying, listen, I recognize the way I behaved wasn't me. I don't like the way I behaved. It was quite embarrassing or whatever. And I'm gonna bring this and this is gonna be the end of our chapter because I definitely don't want to be, behaving this way ever again or whatever mumbo jump. Either way, whatever she says, it has to have something that says that you and I are now done. That's what she has to make sure she ends up with, but she didn't.
I'm excited to see where it's going to go with Rob. I'm super apprehensive because of last night of our huge fight. And
Gail thought taking accountability and apologizing was going to give her a new lease of where Rob was now going to change his ways and he was now going to actually pursue her the way she wants him to be, even though she blatantly said last episode, or was this episode? Anyway, even though she blatantly said that she deserves a man that makes his world all about her, but yet she's still chasing a guy who is not doing that. I don't really get why some people, men or women, chase someone just because they look good. Just because that person look good, I'm going to tolerate. And this is what they say. This is why they say this in the men community, okay? They usually say that if you are putting in work for a woman, just remember, there's another guy out there that she's putting no work. There's another girl out there who's putting in no work, and she will happily go around his house right now at the blink of an eye. And that is the honest truth. I mean, it probably happens on the other side as well. Do you know what I mean? But I can't speak on that side. I can only speak on the man's side. Do you see what I'm saying? So, fellas, I'm just letting you know, if you're in a position like this and you come across, let's say you come across a girl like Elise, and you're putting in your game, but she's taking her time to let you in, taking her time to even let you even kiss or be understand this. There's another guy. I promise you now, 90% of the time, there's another guy who's actively right now in her life that she's trying to decide whether or not she's trying to get that guy to want her. She's letting that guy do every single thing that you want to do with her. And you know the maddest thing is, his bank account is healthy. It's not even going down, but yours is going down, 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 down because she's spending all your money while she's spending her money on him. Remember that. Remember that. And then there's the other side of it. Again, I can only speak on the man perspective, but I'm pretty sure everything that I'm saying happens with women as well. But because I'm not a woman, I'm going to speak in it. So anything that I'm saying, ladies, remember that it also counts for you guys on the other side. But I'm going to speak about it on a man's perspective, okay? So also at the same time, guys, just bear this in mind. If you are actively pursuing a woman right now and you're doing everything possible, even if there isn't another guy actively in her life right now, remember there was a guy before you that she made life easy for him. And now you're having to work harder for some mess up that he did. Whatever he did to her, she's now making you having to prove that you're not the same thing because of what he did, which isn't fair, which isn't cool, but it is what it is. Life isn't fair, it is what it is. But my point being is this, fellas, okay? If you feel like you're putting in more effort than you need to pursue a woman, to get her to be yours, realistically, I promise you now, you should not be pursuing that woman because there's going to be another woman that you can find that's going to make life easy for you and is going to want you for you. She's not going to want you because of how hard you've worked to get her. She's going to want you because she sees you as that guy has him. That's the woman you should be going for. And that's the same thing for women. You should be going for the man that makes that when he sees you, he sees you. And you don't have to do anything to chase him or anything. More the situation is, the regards to the gender is, no one should be doing more. No one should be chasing anyone to a point that is unhealthy. No one should be chasing someone for any purposes. Really and truly, if you like me and I like you, then she works. Because the matter of fact is, and this is the maddest thing that people forget, people like to live this world with this game playing malarkey BS, which is why relations are so short-lived these days. But you know what people forget though, is that everybody has predominantly been in a situation where you've met someone at least once in your life and you have not played any games with them. And they haven't played any games with you, and you've just got on and things have just worked. For some of you guys, it was the first person you ever met and you're still married to this day. For some of you guys, you was with that person for quite a while, but sadly things broke up because maybe you grew apart because of whatever, which is fine. But just because you grew apart, that doesn't mean you know what I mean? Like relationships should be organic. No one should play any sorts of games. But should you have boundaries? Yes. Should you have standards? Yes. If you meet someone that meets your boundaries, meets your standards, what game is there to be played? If you meet someone that does not, meet your standards, does not meet your boundaries, then why the hell are you playing the game with them? Because that means you're wasting your time and you're looking for somebody else. And I know, some people like to say, well, I like to just, play the field a bit and see if I, who I can. Nah. That's something that you do if you want to be single. If you want to play the field and see who, no, you do that because you want to be single and you want to have fun with your life. But if you're looking for something, you don't do that. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, the person that you pick is the person that you're settling for. Fact. Because you end up picking a person that stuck around. Okay? Not the person that you actually wanted. But hey, it's entirely up to you. But again, it works both ways, regardless of the gender. But hey, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
We do have a lot of like unfinished business, and that's kind of all I can think about.
You're such a sweet girl.
I am sweet, but sometimes I can be like hard.
For anyone that says Tim in particular, I am convinced Tim. I'm not saying Tim's gay, but I'm convinced he's in love with Rob. Because the whole season so far, all he spoke about is Rob's so handsome, Rob is so this, Rob is so that. I haven't heard him say a single thing about none of the ladies. But anyone that believes that Rob has game, you're a funny person. Rob has got looks, and that's what allows him to appear as if he's got game. Now, you may see it as nitpicking, but saying to a woman that you don't even know that you're such a sweet girl, I promise you now, if the girl is not aesthetically attracted to you, she's gonna say to you, "How do you know I'm sweet? You don't even know me. Tell me one thing that's sweet about me. Tell me, you know what I'm saying? 100%. So point being is that saying to a girl that you barely know, "Oh, you're a sweet girl," is a lame line. Look at it this way: if you're somebody that doesn't have the aesthetic looks, you're not gonna get away with that with that line. You get away with it later on once you've known each other, 100%, because she understands that you understand her now. But right now, if I was to go up to a girl right now and say, "Hey, you're a sweet girl," I'm getting asked questions. How do you know I'm what? I don't know. I just wanted to say a compliment. Or say a compliment that makes sense then. Like I'm beautiful or something. You know what I mean? Not something that means dear. See, he hasn't got game. That's just the more of the situation. Pretty privileged, that's what it is. Pretty privileged. Okay? Because I don't want no men out there that's watching Rob in this season, right? Thinking they can go off to a woman and say, "Hey, you're a sweet girl," thinking it's gonna work for you. My guys, I'm trying to save you. You know what I mean? Whether I'm nitpicking or I'm trying to save you. Don't do it. Say that later on. When she's yours, you say that then. Or when you're trying to make everything exclusive, you say it then. Don't say it at the beginning. It's weird. How do you know I'm a sweet girl? What you be doing? Have you been stalking me? Trust me, it happens. I know stories.
Like something I like something I like.
With Jen, I feel like there's definitely like a connection, like we're vibing, but then this Cole pops up right behind her.
You know what Cole didn't realize? By Cole popping up, he was literally doing Rob a favor. Reason being is because you see, he's popping up just for the sake of popping up. It ain't really saying too much. Well, he popped up and all he did was say what, and then he basically started Rob. He said, "Yeah, well, that guy's full of drama." Trying to win a girl over by throwing another guy under the bus is not a good thing. It barely works. Sometimes it works, but it doesn't. But it just shows that you're a petty person. It shows that you're petty. It shows that you're not confident in yourself, okay? It shows that you're now being nervous that you may lose. No. If you notice that another guy is there, okay, trying to pursue the same girl you're trying to pursue, realistically, you shouldn't be pursuing the same girl you're pursuing. Two people shouldn't be pursuing the same person anyway. But in the scenario, really and truly, Cole, what he should be doing is letting them talk. Let them talk. And then the next time he's spending time with Jen, up his game. Now really start pushing things to that next level. Or pushing it to the level he should have pushed already. He should be pushing it to the level of like, okay, what's going on, whatever. Trying to get into that physical side of things now. You see what I'm saying? Being way much more cheeky, really showing her that he's that wild animal. That's what he should be doing. Let them do their thing. Let her vibe. But then when she comes back, to do your thing. But here's the thing though. Instead of doing that, he made life easy for Rob, which is why we see Rob kissing Jen next episode. When what he did is he came there on a petty energy. Oh, well, that guy's just problematic, blah, 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 blah. She don't care about that. She's been watching the same thing as you. She's been seeing the moving. Why are you telling her what she knows? It's not gonna matter. So because you're saying that now, all Robert's got to do is just continue to proceed as himself. And that's just being the guy that, despite having not the best game, he still at least knows how to make that first move. He still knows how to be confident enough to lay in for that kiss or whatever it could be that happens between. Do you see what I'm saying? Because he went in, he wasted no time. But this is the example. You got the guy Cole who's being cautious, trying to be respectful, trying to play the game this way, but you got the guy called Rob who doesn't care. He comes in and says, I want her, give me her. Okay? Remember what I said before. But the difference is in this situation is that Jen isn't necessarily putting Cole through hoops. Cole is putting himself through hoops. She wants him, but he's putting himself through hoops. He could have had her anytime. That conversation where she was talking about intimacy, that was opportunity to have their first intimate kiss or something. This is what I'm saying. Maybe look a bit more depending on how good his game was. Not everybody's me though, still. Point of the matter is that, Cole, you've already messed up anyway. This right here showed Jen that, because here's the thing, if Jen is talking to Rob, and Rob isn't talking about Cole to her at all ever, and all he's talking about is how he's into her, his pure focus is how he's into her, that's going to turn her on more than you telling her about how Rob ain't this. Clown. Made life easier for her.
Rob's a good-looking guy, and Rob's got game. I mean, I think player, but Jen is a...
That was the only accurate thing that he said about Rob there, player. Only accurate thing that he said. And bear in mind, sometimes to be a player, you don't even have to have a good game. All you need is sometimes just your looks. If your looks can easily make you a player. If you don't have looks, then you need to get the game. But yeah, Rob's just got the looks to be a player. It's that simple. But like I said before, Tim, all he keeps talking about is Rob.
A dominant woman. Run that man. And I feel like this is going to turn out bad.
But like, I see you talking to Jennifer, and like, you're like going up to Jennifer, and like,
What's wrong with that? I feel like if my head isn't where you want it to be, then you're not okay and you're not happy and you're kind of like salty at me.
listen, Rob and I like had her falling apart.
And then she's back again. She's back again. Oh, you're talking to Jennifer, and this is what she's doing wrong. If she wants Rob, if she's got any chance of winning Rob over, she needs to go and mingle other people, not watch him like a hawk and then confront him. She's doing the same stupid act as Cole. Acting petty. Acting bothered. No. If you have any chance of Rob, go and flirt with someone else. Do your thing. Find the next hottest guy in the resort, but he needs a personality. Find the next hottest guy who's got a personality. And when I say personality, I mean one that can make you laugh. That's what you need. Someone that can make you laugh. Because if she's out there spending time with a guy that's making her laugh, all Rob is hearing, all Rob is gonna hear is, it was every time she's like, ah. You know how women always did that fake laugh thing when they were with a guy just to make that person jealous? The thing is, a fake laugh never works. But if you're with someone and you're getting to know someone on a genuine level who's generally funny, trust me, it sells so much more because you know it's real. And how do you know it's real? Because at the end of the day, if the guy's making you laugh because that's who he is, you're gonna laugh how you would normally. The fake one is so blatant. So really and truly, if she's got any chance, go and mingle with another guy, but don't mingle with the other guy with the purposes of trying to make Rob jealous. Mingle with the other guy with the purpose of actually wanting to get to know that guy. Because if you mingle with that person for the purpose of trying to make Rob jealous, is that you may miss out on a chance of actually getting to know someone that's genuine, who's funny, who's actually a better character. So you get to know that person. And then if you get to know that person, you start to have an attraction to that person, fantastic. And then if Rob decides to say, hey, hold on a minute, I want her back. When he comes back in, then you got a choice. It's either you say to him, no, I've moved on, or you let him back in. If you're smart, you tell him that you moved on. If you're an idiot, you let him back in. Because if you let him back in, he's going to put you through the same shit he put you in the first time. And also remember, if you let him back in, just remember you was never his first choice. Yeah. But the guy who's making you laugh, at least you know he's his first choice. And he can make you the woman that you say you want him to be. You want to be to a man that worships you. Point blank, period.
I apologized to him. I was hoping to kind of start fresh, but Rob is a sexy player that thinks he's all that in a bag of chips.
Despite the fact that I agree with what she said, it doesn't change the fact that you're the one that's created a scenario for yourself because you're a freaking idiot. Obviously, I know you folks are still here, so obviously like the video, come on now and get the comments in and subscribe. But with that being said, let's move on to the next little juicy part of this video.
I mean, like, we should all be mature enough. Even if you don't like someone, you can just sit in a hopped up with her for 2 minutes.
I would agree.
That's how I treated her. Like, she made me go to her mom's house and eat ants.
What?
Can we just establish that every scene that we see Tim in, he's doing one or two things? It's either one, he's complimenting Rob, or two, he's complaining about Jennifer. Because that means some people are saying that she's the villain, she's coming, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. Since the very moment he saw her, all he has done is talk about it every single step of the way. Okay, and then once she caught wind about him talking about her, that's when she decided to share some news about him. And that was literally the one time. After that, she's been like, listen, I just want to be here and just enjoy myself. He even went as far as telling Rob that he shouldn't be next to, that Rob shouldn't go for Jennifer. To be fair, did he tell Rob in a negative way, in a malice way, to not go for Jennifer? Subjective, depends how you want to look at it, but I'm going to say that not necessarily. You know, he was just giving him a fair warning. So, you know, which is no harm done. But either way, though, he can't keep Jennifer out of his mouth. I hope people are recognizing this, because he's the one that's problematic between the two in this season. Don't worry about what happened in the other season. This season, he's the one that has not moved on.
I didn't huge asses and little bodies.
Sounds like a Latina.
Did that Jen is here. And then on top of that, it's weird for me at clubs. I never know what to do. You know, I don't drink, I don't dance. I think people think that, like,
So because he doesn't drink, he doesn't dance, it means it gives him permission to sit there and continue to keep talking about Jen.
I'm a former alcoholic, or tell me why.
So I heard that you like to watch. I heard that you paid for her to have a male stripper and you felt turned on watching her with a male stripper.
Oh, I definitely don't think this is Courtney's version of trying to be a good friend to Tim. I think this is Courtney enjoying the pot
Facts. Facts. Courtney just loves to stir the pot.
stirring. The day that's going to catch up to you. And everyone's good side by sharing all the gossip, but like at the end of the day, that's going to catch up to you.
It is, because I mean, I don't know if she genuinely believes that snitching on everyone, it means everybody's going to like her. Maybe she does believe that, but like, you can't be in your 30s believing that's going to work. Come on. But then again, Courtney has proven to me many times that this woman doesn't even know the beginning of the word maturity. If I asked her to get a dictionary and look for the word maturity, she wouldn't find it. Damn, she probably wouldn't even pick up the dictionary. She probably would pick up the map or something. I don't know. Probably pick up a Barbie book or something.
And wouldn't hook up with her, but you like to watch.
I understand why she keeps trying to spin this into a gay thing.
Just to clarify, Jennifer never said anything about him being gay. All she said is, and it's funny because nor did, what's her name again? Courtney didn't say nothing either. Say it's the whole cockhold thing, you give voyeur thing. He's somebody that likes to watch da-da-da-da-da. So the fact that he's now said, oh, you're saying that I'm gay, that's not what she said. She said that you like to see your women with other men.
Except it what?
Did you pay for a stripper to dance with you?
Absolutely. What's going on here? Telling everybody stuff.
I mean, the guy did not deny it. You're telling everybody stuff. Hold on a minute, but you've been telling people stuff this whole time. And you've been telling people that people are even asking you.
Because you're being talking about me too for the last 7 years, and now it's my turn. And I want to
I do not have a clue why Chantel got involved. Why are you doing chat in his face? No, Chantel, leave this alone. This has nothing to do with you. Let the two people in the conversation have their beef. They got something to figure out here. Let them have it. Why she's getting involved, I don't know. It's like she has this thing this season where she just wants to be involved in all these confrontations. No. Chantel, go over there and just do something else. Like, go play some injections or something. I don't know, man. Just go do something else.
just get into a conversation that is happening. This is and pretend that is your issue.
Grow the up.
Tim says grow the F up as if he's been acting mature. I said what I said. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, my lovely folks. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.